We compared the most expensive oils, and they are fake. We spent more than $9,000 in motor oil. We followed every instruction of the manufacturer. We changed at the correct intervals, and after 320,000 real kilometers, we opened the engines and found something that no premium brand wants you to see. Scratched cam lobes, bearings at the edge of collapse, an engine consuming a quarter of oil every 800 kilometers, all with oils that cost double, triple, and that promise you maximum protection in every can. But what hurts the most is not the wear, it is the deception. Are you overpaying for a label? After 5 years and 6 disassembled engines, the data answers that question without margin of doubt. Leave me in the comments what oil you are using now, because what these numbers are about to say is going to change that decision forever. Block 1. Scientific methodology. The only way to expose a marketing lie is with data that cannot be refuted. That is why I did not compare oils on paper nor in a controlled laboratory. I put them in real engines, on real road, for 5 complete years. Step 1. I bought 6 completely identical 2018 Honda Accord Sport. 1.5-liter direct injection turbo engine, same equipment, same transmission, all from the same dealership in 2 weeks. Between 13 and 70 kilometers when receiving them. I chose this model because it is the best-selling mid-size sedan in America. It represents modern technology, and any mechanic can verify the results. Step 2. I drove the 6 vehicles identically during the first 800 kilometers following the Honda procedure. At 800 kilometers, first oil change with the assigned brands. Step 3. Random and blind assignment to eliminate any bias. Vehicle 1, Mobil 1 Extended Performance. Vehicle 2, AMSOIL Signature Series. Vehicle 3, Pennzoil Platinum. Vehicle 4, Castrol Edge. Vehicle 5, Valvoline Advanced. Vehicle 6, Chevron Supreme. Step 4. The same 5 drivers rotated weekly among the 6 vehicles, 70% highway, 30% city. No racing nor abuses, but neither laboratory driving, exactly what any real owner would do. Step 5. Changes at exactly 12,000 kilometers in all vehicles, always with the assigned brand. Viscosity 5W30 according to manufacturer specification. Step 6. Documentation without omissions. Every change registered with date, mileage, and observations. Used oil samples sent regularly to Blackstone Laboratories. Fuel economy tracked in meticulous form. Every symptom, repair, or anomaly noted. Step 7. At 50,000, at 100,000, and at 240,000 kilometers, complete inspections with compression measurement, leak test, and borescope in cylinders and valves. Step 8. At exactly 320,000 kilometers, complete disassembly of the 6 engines, wear measurement in bearings, cam lobes, cylinders, rings, and valve train. Everything photographed and documented with micron precision. This is the most exhaustive that an independent mechanic has ever done to verify if the price of an oil justifies its promises. And what we found leaves very little space for the defense of the expensive brands. Block 2. The promise versus the reality. We go brand by brand, from the most expensive to the cheapest, because the price is exactly the lie we are auditing. AMSOIL Signature Series, the most expensive of the test, $70 per change. $9,300 in total throughout 320,000 kilometers. AMSOIL sells itself as the elite of lubricants, the oil that racing uses, the maximum protection that money can buy. Those are its words, not mine. What did we find inside the engine? Compression between 148 and 150 pounds per square inch at 320,000 kilometers. Cam lobe wear of 8 ten-thousandths of an inch. Bearing clearances increased by 10 ten-thousandths. Cylinder wear at 15 ten-thousandths. Is it good? Yes. Is it the best? No. And that is the central problem of AMSOIL. It charges as if it were the best, and it is not. There is an oil that cost exactly half and delivered better numbers in every wear category. That is not opinion. It is measured in microns. The $9,300 of AMSOIL bought second place, not first. Mobil 1 Extended Performance, the best-selling, not the best. $45 per change, $6,000 in total. Mobil 1 has the most massive marketing of the market and a promise that sounds irresistible. Intervals of up to 24,000 kilometers and first-level protection. In this test, we changed it at 7,500 for equivalent conditions. What did we find? Compression between 145 and 148 pounds per square inch. Lobe wear at 13 ten-thousandths. Bearing clearances with increase of 15 ten-thousandths. Cylinder wear at 20/10 thousandths. Moderate wear. Nothing catastrophic, but neither exceptional for an oil that sells itself as premium. It cost $2,000 more than the mid-priced oils and delivered results that do not justify that difference. The marketing of Mobil 1 works much harder than its formula. Castrol Edge, the technology that does not exist. $35 per change. $4,700 in total. Castrol markets intensely its fluid titanium technology, which supposedly transforms under pressure to offer superior protection. It is a brilliant marketing argument. The problem is that engines do not read brochures. The used oil analysis showed something worrying from early on. The viscosity increased more than that of the competitors during the use interval. The wear metals were moderate to slightly elevated. Fuel economy was 8.1 liters per every 100 kilometers, one of the worst of the group, signal of greater internal friction. At 320,000 kilometers, the compression remained between 144 and 147 pounds per square inch, with greater variation between cylinders. And the disassembly confirmed the problem. An exhaust lobe with early scuffing that probably would have caused serious failure beyond 320,000 kilometers. Bearing clearances increased by 18/10 thousandths. Cylinder wear at 20/10 thousandths. Castrol Edge with fluid titanium delivered one of the worst results of the group at mid-price. The marketing technology does not replace the real formulation. Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic, the cheapest and the worst, $30 per change, $4,000 in total. Valvoline is the first name that appears in searches for economical synthetics, and it sells itself as reliable protection at accessible price. What we found was the worst of the entire test, without nuances. From early on, the used oil analysis showed warning signs. At 12,000 kilometers, it looked more used than any competitor, with degraded viscosity and consistently elevated metals. Fuel economy was 8.1 liters per every 100 kilometers, the absolute worst of the group. At 240,000 kilometers, it was already consuming a quarter of oil every 800 kilometers from ring wear. At 290,000 kilometers, it failed emissions for elevated hydrocarbons, indicating severe blow-by. At 314,000 kilometers, ignition failure in cylinder 3 from a spark plug contaminated with oil. The disassembly was the most revealing. Lobe wear at 24/10 thousandths, with scuffing visible to the naked eye. Bearing clearances increased by 21/10 thousandths. Cylinder wear at 25/10 thousandths, at the edge of requiring oversize. Compression between 143 and 146 pounds per square inch, the lowest readings with the greatest variation between cylinders of all. Technically, it reached 320,000 kilometers, but what we found inside suggested that the engine was at the end of its reliable life. Pennzoil Platinum, clean, but not enough. $35 per change. $4,700 in total. The gas-to-liquid formulation of Pennzoil is marketed for molecular purity and extreme cleanliness. And in that, it is partially right. The engine interiors were the absolutely cleanest of all. Varnish and deposits almost non-existent. The valve train looked almost new in terms of cleanliness. The oil analysis showed superior resistance to oxidation. At 12,000 kilometers, it remained amber in color when the competition was already darkening. But cleanliness is not the only thing that protects an engine. In friction wear, Pennzoil delivered only moderate results. Lobes at 12/10 thousandths, bearings with increase of 14/10 thousandths, cylinders at 18/10 thousandths. Results similar to Mobil 1 at lower cost. The cleanliness promise is real. The maximum protection promise, no. Chevron Supreme Full Synthetic, what nobody expected. $30 per change, $4,000 in total. Gas station brand, marketing practically non-existent. Most drivers do not even know it has a full synthetic version, and it won in absolutely everything. Cam lobe wear, 5/10 thousandths of an inch, half that of Amsoil, which cost double. 4 times better than Castrol, 5 times better than Valvoline. Bearing clearances increased only 8/10 thousandths on average, less than half that of Mobil 1. Cylinder wear at 12/10 thousandths, the absolute lowest. Compression between 149 and 151 pounds per square inch, with practically zero variation between cylinders. Fuel economy of 7.8 liters per every 100 kilometers. The only oil of the entire test that exceeded the EPA data of the manufacturer. The Chevron engine at 320,000 kilometers looked like the majority of engines at 100,000. The crosshatch of the cylinders remained sharp. The cam lobes conserved almost perfect profiles. The bearings maintained almost all of their protective layer intact. With the same money as Valvoline, Chevron delivered the healthiest engine of the test. And with less than half the money of AMSOIL, it delivered better wear numbers in all measured categories. Block 3. The numbers that the brands do not want you to see. Here is the complete comparison. Lesser wear means better protection. In cam lobe wear at 320,000 kilometers, Chevron registered barely 5/10,000ths of an inch. AMSOIL remained at 8, Pennzoil at 12, Mobil 1 at 13, Castrol at 19, and Valvoline arrived at 24/10,000ths, with scuffing visible to the naked eye. AMSOIL charges double that of Chevron and has 60% more wear in lobes. Castrol charges mid-price and almost quadruples the wear of Chevron. Valvoline equals the price of Chevron and shows almost 5 times more wear. In bearing clearance increase, Chevron increased only 8/10,000ths on average. AMSOIL rose to 10, Pennzoil to 14, Mobil 1 to 15, Castrol to 18, and Valvoline arrived at 21/10,000ths. Mobil 1 cost $2,000 more than Chevron and has double the bearing clearance. That translates into noise, pressure loss, and risk of failure. Where did that extra money go? In cylinder wear, Chevron had the lowest with 12/10,000ths. AMSOIL remained at 15, Pennzoil at 18, Mobil 1 and Castrol tied at 20, and Valvoline arrived at 25/10,000ths. In compression at 320,000 kilometers, where higher is better, Chevron maintained between 149 and 151 pounds per square inch, with practically zero variation between cylinders. AMSOIL remained between 148 and 150, Pennzoil between 146 and 149, Mobil 1 between 145 and 148, Castrol between 144 and 147, and Valvoline had the lowest readings between 143 and 146, with the greatest variation between cylinders of all. In average fuel economy, Chevron led with 7.8 liters per every 100 kilometers, the only one that exceeded the EPA data of the manufacturer. AMSOIL and Pennzoil remained at 7.9, Mobil 1 at 8.0, and Castrol and Valvoline tied at 8.1, the least efficient of the group. The difference between Chevron and Valvoline seems small, 0.3 of a liter. But throughout 320,000 kilometers, that is more than 3,000 liters of extra fuel. At $1.20 the liter, that is almost $3,800 wasted. Valvoline did not only destroy the engine more, it also burned more gasoline doing it. In total oil cost during the entire test, Chevron and Valvoline tied at the lowest with $4,000 each. Pennzoil and Castrol cost $4,700. Mobil 1 arrived at $6,000, and AMSOIL was the most expensive with $9,300 in total. AMSOIL cost $5,300 more than Chevron and delivered worse wear numbers in all measured categories. It is not a marginal difference paying for peace of mind. It is paying more to obtain less. Block 4. What the photographs show. The disassembly photographs eliminate any possibility of debate. The cam lobes of the Chevron conserve sharp and almost perfect profiles at 320,000 kilometers. Those of the Valvoline are visibly flattened, with clear pink zones where metal contacted metal without sufficient oil film. Those of the Castrol show a similar pattern, with early scuffing visible in the exhaust lobe. That in an oil that sells itself with titanium technology. The bearings of the Chevron conserve almost all of their protective layer with uniform polish. Those of the Valvoline lost that layer partially in high load zones, exposing the copper underneath. That is not normal mileage wear. It is the antechamber of a catastrophic failure. In cylinders, the difference is equally brutal. That of the Chevron maintains the sharp crosshatch at 320,000 kilometers. The microgrooves that retain the oil and guarantee the sealing are still there. That of the Valvoline is completely polished, with the crosshatch almost eliminated. That of the Castrol shows an intermediate pattern, but significantly worse than Chevron or AMSOIL. Now let us see the real value of what the expensive oils paid for. AMSOIL cost $5,300 more than Chevron. In exchange, 60% more wear in lobes, 25% more increase in bearings, 25% more cylinder wear. That is what $5,300 extra bought. Not superior protection. Worse results with better marketing. Mobil 1 cost $2,000 more than Chevron. Lobe wear 160% greater, bearing clearance almost double, cylinder wear 67% greater. $2,000 for significantly inferior results. Castrol cost $700 more than Chevron and delivered one of the worst disassemblies of the group, with cam scuffing included. The only oil that matched Chevron in protection in a reasonable form was AMSOIL, and even then it lost in total wear, costing double. Block 5. Why this happens and what you should do. The obvious question is why a gas station brand beats all the premiums. The answer is uncomfortable for the lubricants market, but logical once you understand how the business functions. Chevron is an oil company from beginning to end. Producing lubricants is not a secondary product, it is the central business. They have access to Group 5 synthetic bases from their own production. They formulate proprietary additive packages with widely tested Techron chemistry, and their development process is conservative and exhaustive before launching any formulation. More important, Chevron has an existential incentive for their oil to function. If Chevron Supreme destroyed engines, it would damage a corporate brand that is worth hundreds of billions. That is why they formulate for it to really work, and they put it at competitive price to drive volume at their own stations. The boutique brands operate differently. They spend enormously in marketing, racing sponsorships, and distributor networks. Those costs do not disappear. They transfer to the consumer via premium prices. The real formulation can be equal or inferior to the competition, but the marketing builds a perception that justifies the price. AMSOIL sells the racing story. Castrol sells the titanium. Mobil 1 sells decades of massive presence. None of those arguments appears in the micron measurements. What should you use? For the great majority of drivers who want maximum protection at the best value, Chevron Supreme Full Synthetic, changed between 7,500 and 16,000 kilometers according to conditions. It won in all the metrics of the test at the lowest cost of the group. For extended intervals on the highway, Chevron demonstrated excellent stability at 12,000 kilometers with substantial life remaining. It can be managed comfortably between 10,000 and 19,000 kilometers on the highway with safety. For direct injection engines prone to carbon deposits, Pennzoil demonstrated the cleanest interiors of the test. It is the only category where its price is justified against Chevron. For tight budget, do not use Valvoline. It costs exactly the same as Chevron and delivers the worst protection of the group. It is the most expensive false economy of the test. What to avoid and why? Castrol Edge. The cam scuffing found in the disassembly indicates that this engine would have had serious problems beyond 320,000 kilometers. The fluid titanium technology did not translate into real protection. Valvoline Advanced. The oil with more failures during the test, the greatest measured wear, and the worst fuel consumption. It does not protect adequately for real extended use. AMSOIL Signature Series. It is a good oil, it is not the best. If you are paying $9,300 for 320,000 kilometers, expecting the first of the podium, the data says you are not obtaining it. Mobil 1 Extended Performance. The massive marketing does not translate into massive protection. At that price, the results should be better. 6 vehicles, 320,000 kilometers each one, disassembled and measured with micron precision. The verdict is clear. The most expensive oils of this test did not deliver the protection that their prices and their marketing promise. AMSOIL, the most costly, lost in total wear against the cheapest oil. Castrol showed cam scuffing that would have ended in failure. Valvoline, at the same price as the winner, delivered the engine in the worst state of the entire comparison. Chevron Supreme, without marketing, without racing sponsorships, and at the lowest price of the group, protected better than all. I am not telling you what brand to want. I am showing you what we found inside the engines after 5 years. The data does not have an agenda. The oil cans do. If this information can save you thousands in repairs and fuel, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who is about to overpay for a label. Leave me in the comments what oil you are using now, because after seeing this, perhaps you will want to reconsider it.